I have Max Ogle. Welcome, Max Ogle.
Why, thank you very much.
Max, tell me, you are an expert at handyman services. So this week we're actually talking about low maintenance landscaping ideas. How long have you been in the handyman business?
In the handyman business, probably 8-9 years, but being a handyman around the house all your life, or all my life anyway.
You've always been a handy man.
Well,
That's coming from an expert, his wife.
whoa. Thank you.
And how many homes do you think that you've actually worked on in the last 8-9 years, did you say?
Oh, yeah, there's, too many to count. Thousands, hundreds, 2,000s, three, I don't know. Bunches.
And then you've also helped other people become handyman
Yeah.
and do the same sort of thing.
Yeah, that's correct.
So today we're talking about low maintenance landscaping ideas. What's some ways that people can work on their landscaping? Because it is springtime almost.
It is.
People are going to start getting outside. They're going to want to have a garden. They're going to want the items to thrive without having to water or fuss or fertilizer. They're going to want stuff with minimal effort. So can you give us a couple of tips?
A couple of tips. Use drought tolerant plants. So you don't want to plant anything that you're going to have to water and water and water and water and water. Do carefree shrubs and trees. That's another thing to plant that you don't have to take care of all the time, or you don't have to put in a irrigation system to water them. Hardscape with permeable materials. So you don't want to put down a concrete sidewalk and then try to put a bunch of plants right there beside it, because there's no water that sinks through it. So you want to put down like paved stones so water can seep through them and get to the plants. Minimize labor intensive planting. So you don't want to plant 500 flowers when you could plant 10 of a different kind, and it turns out the exact same look that you want. So
Another thing is people mulch. Is mulch really good?
Mulch keeps the ground wet, and it keeps away a lot of weeds if you use the cloth underneath of it, or if you like pulling weeds out of your flower beds, don't use the cloth. But it keeps the ground moist for all the plants that are buried there. And plus that, it looks really nice.
Yeah, but also scorpions live in mulch.
Well, yeah. You do have bugs that live in mulch and stuff, and I think we had a bug inspector come out because we did have scorpions, and he was like, well, scorpions don't live in mulch, but the bugs that they eat live in it, so that's what draws them to that.
So you just made me smarter from knowing
Look
that.
at that. Look at me going.
Thank you for the low maintenance landscaping ideas, Max. But before we leave, I always like to ask my interviewees a strange question. So today's strange question from Max Ogle is, why are manhole covers round?
Wow.
Why?
I guess they're easy to, if they're round, they would probably be easy to use. I don't know why they're round.
If you had an educated guess, Max Ogle, why do you think that a manhole cover is round?
Probably an educated guess is it would be hard for the cover to fall through the same hole that is if it's round. Where a square one you could actually turn it, oblong, I guess, and get it through there. But a round manhole cover would be hard to fall through the same hole if you're trying to remove the cover.
True.
Yeah.
Thank you, Max. I'm going to have to Google that. Why are manhole covers round? So I'll know the answer. Maybe you can bring it to us next time, Max.
There you go.
Thanks for being on Ask an Expert with